Hi ping pong players! In this video I will tell you about my experience as a competitor at the World Master Championships 2024 in Roma. I'll try that one in English because it's not only a personal souvenir video, I make it also for my mixed doubles and men's doubles partners, for the opponents I had the chance to play with in singles, and for anyone else who was part of this event or intend to be part in the next one and might be interested in it. Before I dive into the competition itself, let's cut to the chase regarding the event as a whole. That was a really great experience. These were my first ever World Masters Championships and they will definitely not be the last. I really enjoyed every minute of it. Not only because of the fact that it was the biggest table tennis tournament ever organized with more than 6,000 competitors from 110 different countries, not only because of the playing conditions, which were really good, with more than 300 quality tables and playing areas set across 5 large air-conditioned halls and official umpires available for each match on the main draws. Not only because of the organization, which I found very professional and efficient overall, even if I've heard that some players have been unfortunately scratched due to technical problems with the SMS system. Not only because of the city of Roma itself, which is really impressive to visit as a tourist. There are so many monuments to see. Not only because of the stakes of the tournament, since there were World Champions titles to be awarded. Not only because of the playing level of the best players in each category, that was impressive, from João Monteiro in the 40+ category to the eldest winners. That was really a hell of a show. I enjoyed every minute of it also and mainly because of the state of mind of the vast majority of participants. No matter the bad luck, the edge balls / net balls, and I can tell you there were a lot of them. No matter the illegal serves, and I can tell you there were also a lot of them. Or even the defeat. In the end, it was all about big smiles, friendship, sportsmanship, sharing and having fun together. Every local tournament or team championship match should go that way. I know a bunch of guys here in France who should have definitely come here to watch and learn how to behave in a table tennis competition. So, why such a good atmosphere in these World Master Championships? Maybe because most of the people did not come here to win, but just to have fun in the first place. Table tennis is by nature a game, and it seems to me important to remind it. To myself and to you guys watching this video. Maybe there was a good atmosphere because 40+ people tend to be a bit wiser and behave more appropriately in that kind of event. Maybe because it was an international tournament, and we tend to be kinder with people from another country than we can be sometimes with compatriots. Or maybe because it has become a tradition to offer goodies from your country to your opponents before the match, which helps diffuse tensions and prevents people from being aggressive to one another. This is, by the way, an idea I intend to experiment next season in my club. I will let you know if it worked or not. Anyway, I witnessed a really big difference in terms of state of mind comparatively to what I am used to in local competitions. And I really appreciated it. Now, what about my performance in these World Master Championships? I was competing in the 45+ category in singles and in men's doubles, and in the 40+ category in mixed doubles because my partner was a bit younger than me. In singles, my goal was to get qualified in the main draw after the group phase and then to lose honorably as far as possible in the tournament. Just to let you know, I am an average regional league player here in France. My national ranking is about 2,500, so I obviously didn't expect to win a medal or anything. In group phase, I had the chance to face Jan Milan from Slovakia and Salvatore Zampino from Italy. Jan has a long pimples rubber in the backhand and a particular play style that in France we call crab style. But unlike the majority of the crab-style players I am used to facing, this guy has a good forehand. So I had some difficulties to adapt to his game, and I was a bit stressed too. I made many unusual mistakes in the beginning, but in the end my serve and my forehand drive allowed me to win 3-0. I was 10-6 down in the third game though. I feel I was lucky to win that one quite easily because my fragile self-confidence could have dragged me down in a fourth game or worse, in a possible decider game. Then I faced Salvatore Zampino, who seemed to me to be a more dangerous opponent since he had a very good technique. I knew he played in C1 League in Italy, which is national level, so I felt like it was the match for the first place of the group. He won the first game thanks to the powerful and precise shot he was able to do, mostly because I was way too passive, and also because I made many evitable mistakes. But when I became more confident in my serves and my forehand drive, I managed to turn the tide. I think he didn't like much my crappy short pips rubber in the backhand neither. Eventually, I won, and Salvatore might have been frustrated to lose this match 3-1 because I am aware that he could play much better than that. But I managed to neutralize him mainly with my serve that got me a lot of easy points. I think 50% of my serves were winning serves in this match. I have to say that the stacked tables gave me an advantage as a good server since the brand new table stop allowed more spin in partition. So that's how I finished first in my group and I was qualified in the main draw. In the round of 256, yes, there were a lot of competitors in this category. I faced Roman Doring from Germany. He didn't like my serve neither, nor my crappy short pips in the backhand. So he couldn't really play his game, which was promising though. I won quite easily 3-0. In the round of 128, I got to play Tommy Sidorov from Finland. He is number 63 in his country. Let him introduce himself.
My name is Tommy Sidorov, I'm from Finland, Tampere, and I have been playing table tennis about 38 years now.
How old are you?
I'm 46.
Okay. Could you describe your play style?
Well, my play style is basically good serve and first forehand. First and the last forehand.
Okay. What's your best performance in Finland in the Finnish championship?
I think I have been in best 32 a couple of times in singles. And with my double partner Markus Berger, we have won a couple of men's 40 years old doubles championships.
Okay, great.
We are reigning champions.
Okay, great.
This smiley guy and I thus had a very similar game. Good serves and good first attacks. He won quite easily the first game. I won quite easily the second game, and then it became really close. I lost the third game 15-13, despite having a 10-8 lead and then having a few more game points. I won the fourth game and he got off to a flying start in the decider game with a bit of luck and a bit of genius combined. I was 4-0 and then 5-1 down, but I managed to get myself together by being more aggressive. And finally, I had a 10-7 lead. 3 game points in a row to get qualified in the round of 64. But Tommy was mentally strong, and I wasn't. He got back to 10-10. I got another match point, and then I delivered the specialty of the house, the missed serve in the money time. Eventually, he won 13-11 in the decider game. Tommy deserved his victory, and you know what? The guy was so cool, he acted with such a good smiley attitude and sportsmanship during the match that I was almost happy to lose that way. I wish I had more opponents like him in the future.
Yeah, well, it was like really exciting game. You are a nice guy to play with. There's no like confrontation of any kind of. It was really fun and tight match, and at the end I think I was just a bit lucky. You had a 3-match point, I think. Four. Okay. Well, you had a 4-match point, but I don't actually remember how I got your serves back. Mostly with luck, I think. But then when I got my serves, it was 10-8. You were leading, and I got my serve, and I went back to the basics, short serve and first attack, and it worked very well.
Final question: what do you think of the tournament overall?
Yeah, it's hot. It's fun. People are really nice and polite, and the playing conditions are surprisingly good. Even though it's hot and humid, it doesn't affect that much the ball. And I have enjoyed it a lot.
In the round of 64, for your information, Tommy played against a former national team Slovakia member that was out of his reach, even if he played his best table tennis. Now, in men's doubles, I was very lucky because a few months before the event, I picked a random guy on the internet.